So I went to the music show, and then I ended up meeting a mom. And then me and the mom started talking and hanging out.
What?
How old is this mom?
Wait, bro. Dude, you have to be ready at all times. You don't know, Mace.
I am ready, but I didn't know if you were ready.
This is your 10-day contract, buddy.
This is your 10-day contract, so you better be ready, okay? I could pop the intro right now, like I'm about to do. Yo, guys, welcome back to It Is What It Is. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We are what? This is episode number 18.
Episode number 18.
Oh, dude, I was about to say a random number, and I was literally going to say 18. Fudge.
Wow, bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, guys, so you guys already know we're back in Florida. We also have some more episodes still in LA, but we're going to space them out. It's a boys only. You guys love the boys only, right? Honestly, it's some of their favorites.
Some of you guys' favorite episodes are the boys only, so we're back. And like Ricky said, we will be posting those ones that we filmed in LA. They'll be coming still. Got some dope guests still. But today we are joined by not BG. he's no longer with us, boys.
He's no longer a part of the It Is What It Is podcast. It's a little sad to say.
It's a little sad to say.
And Yellow Snow is also not a part of it.
They're no longer a part of it. We're still friends with them. There's no like beef or bad blood or anything, but it's just like in life, man. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes you get in a relationship and
it's not that it's just sometimes it,
like, you know, we were dating them, and you know, you decide, maybe I don't want to marry that person.
Maybe you're better as friends.
And that's what we are. We're still friends.
Yeah, so everyone asking, oh, bro, do you guys hate each other? What's the behind-the-scenes drama? Honestly, no behind-the-scenes drama. It was more just like,
It was just we didn't fit as
Yeah, and he wants to focus on his little thing that he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's doing good. Yeah, Snow's doing his thing. They're doing their thing. So for everyone wondering, they're doing good, and we just moved on,
and
we're testing out.
Where one door closes, a new door opens. So, guys, welcome the new co-host to the podcast, Mason Lamb.
Yes.
Shoot. I think my voice cracked.
He's not the official new co-host. He's on a little contract right now.
A little 10-day contract.
Contract.
Because we did some tests while we were out in LA, so you guys will see those episodes where he was the co-host. And, you know, we were just rocking with it, and we just kept it going when we came back home. And it's honestly up to you guys. If you guys like him, then maybe Mason Lamb stays as the co-host. But just like a lot of you guys have seen Impulsive, it started off with a random co-host, the one hosted by Logan Paul, and they had this one co-host, and they switched it a couple times until they found George, who is now their, like, permanent third co-host.
He's like a staple in the podcast. So,
but it took him a minute, you know?
It did. And right now, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find our George. So, you know.
I don't know, man. I think I could be the George, bro.
We'll see.
Definitely think, because like I've always watched podcasts and always like listened to podcasts, and I'm like, I've always wanted to be like on a podcast. I've said podcast like 5 times, but like it's like a dream come true to be on a podcast with my friends, and like we always talk on the phone all the time for like hours at like one single time, and so it's like. And then we've literally had these podcasts before, and so now it's just like crazy that it's actually like falling into place and actually happening.
It is pretty crazy, bro.
So guys, let us know what you think down below in the comments. This is our first episode with just me and Ricky and Mason. This is the first one. So we'll see how it goes. You know, he's on the 10-day contract, but if things go well, we might have to sign him to that max contract 2-year deal.
Might have to.
We might have to, but I mean,
it all depends though.
We'll see how things play out.
I have to accept it too, so. It's got to go both ways.
Oh, you might get traded?
I'm just kidding.
After the 10 days, but he's going to be a free agent.
Woohoo! But we also do have another announcement before we get into it. The boys are going to be doing a live show concert at a trampoline park. You guys remember back in 2019, if you guys have been watching us for a minute, we did literally a countrywide tour, but we're doing a show in Jacksonville, Florida at AIR Trampoline Park on June 3rd. All the details, all the tickets will be in the description below. There's literally VIP, general admission. If you get the VIP, you get to come in early, take pictures with the boys on like our backdrop.
Little exclusive Q&A for
sign poster.
And those tickets, the VIPs have been flying, and there's only a limited amount. So if you guys want to go, you're in the area, make sure you click the link in the description. All the details will be there.
Going to be having a dodgeball tournament with you guys performing our... We've never performed Vibe, never performed Spotlight, never performed On Top Now. We didn't even have those songs out. And who knows who's going to be there? Mason DJ Fab's gonna be hosting it. Maybe the Hutter pops out. I don't know. It's a surprise.
I highly think probably like the highlight of this show will be Nick. If he performs with the homies, with all the homies there, like
That would be.
you have to go to find out.
Shut
though.
it down,
Yeah,
bro.
you gotta go to find out.
You gotta go to find out. We're leaving those things exclusive. You know.
And if things go well, I'm sure. I mean, I'm speaking for me right now, but I'm sure you feel the same way. I'd love to go on another tour around the country. That was just a great
Best time ever. Meeting you guys in person. The energy. This fan base that we have is so dedicated. There's not a lot of people on, I just think in general, that can bring people out. Like, there's people with millions and millions of followers, but to actually have a fan base that comes out and is so positive and so genuine. Like, when we meet you guys, it's like, it's dope. And they're literally dope, you know? Because Mason's been around them.
Yeah, like, also, I think, like, another thing, like, down the road, like, just thinking in the future, like, imagine just when this podcast, like, starts blowing up, imagine, like, a year from now, 2 years from now, we go on tour and do, like, a live podcast tour, bro.
A live, you
Could
never know,
imagine
bro.
that,
Never
like,
know.
how crazy would that
You
be?
just don't know. It could happen. It easily could happen. Yeah. But something that happened a couple days ago or over the course of the past week, NCK went to Boston by himself.
I got back from Boston literally yesterday morning, and I was talking about it on the Last Boys Only episode while I was going. I was going to see a show, like a music show, and I also went for maybe a little another reason. I went to go see this little special someone. Well, she ain't really special, but it was a female friend who you guys might know from the Crush video.
It was when I flew Nick's crush out to LA on his birthday. The video, we'll pop up the video right here if you guys haven't seen that.
But she lives in Boston, and, you know, I haven't really seen her since then. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to a show in Boston, and, you know, maybe she'll meet me in the city. Hopefully, that's what we were planning. And when I booked the ticket, I was talking to her, and I was like, yo, let's hang out when I get there. And she was like, she was down. She said, yeah, all excited. She said it in all caps. And then, like, okay, I'll see you when I'm there. And then it's like 2 days before my flight to leave Boston.
Uh-huh.
And then I text her. I'm like, yo, can we go here when I get there?
What'd she say?
She says, only if you come back. And I'm like,
What?
only if I come back.
You ain't even there yet.
I'm not even there yet.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I was so confused. So then I call her up, and I'm like, yo, what do you mean only if I come back? And then she tells me, yeah, I think I'm going to be busy with school. And she decides to tell me this 2 days
bruh.
before my flight to Boston.
After you already booked everything, like the hotels, the tickets, everything.
So it's not like you can just cancel it.
Yeah, it's not like I can just cancel it. I booked a hotel for like 5 days. You know, if she would have told me that, maybe I would have only booked the hotel and flight for 2 days.
But she was down. She was hyping it up, and then when it came closer, she was like, oh.
Yeah, she wasn't about that
And the
action.
reason why you booked it for 5 days is because, like, not only are you going there for the concert, but you're planning to stay a little extra to hang out.
Yeah, I was planning to hang out on the weekend because her reason why she couldn't come to the concert with me was because she had school. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I'll stay there through the weekend because, as we all know, there's no school on the weekend, folks.
Oh.
The weekend's free. So I was like, oh, I'll stay on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then, you know, book the hotel, book the flight, and then get there. And then she bails. She flags. And I'm like, damn. And also, I forgot to mention, she goes to school like 2 hours away, and she was going to meet me in the city. But then she said, oh, I couldn't find a ride. So then I was like, I'll find a ride to you. And I ended up finding a ride, someone who would take me to her school, which was 2 hours away. And then
How?
What?
Wait, what do you mean?
So I went to the music show, and then I ended up meeting a mom. And then me and the mom started talking and hanging out.
What?
How old is this mom?
Wait, bro. You went to the concert. You went to go see Mike, the rapper, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I went there alone, and then, you know, I'm just in there alone. So I was talking to random people, and then there happens to be a mom next to me. And
Oh, bro.
then,
What do you mean?
How'd you know she was a mom, though? Like, what in your head was like, oh, she's a mom?
well, I don't know. She was just attractive, and then the next day I found out she was a mom.
God,
Her kids, I don't know if her kids are watching this. I don't know.
that's crazy.
Wait, so how does that? How does that? Wait.
So then what happened?
That leaves a big part open there, right there.
What?
How do you convince this mom to drive you 2 hours away?
Well, you see, so I went to the show on Thursday night,
Okay.
and then Friday morning, I texted her, I was like, yo, what are you doing today? And then she said,
The mom, you got the mom's number the day before?
yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Wait, so
Wait,
I want to hear, like,
have a thing for moms though, or no?
dude, for the people that are watching this that don't know exactly, like, the like behind the scenes. Like exactly a year ago, bro, we were down in downtown Tampa, and then so Nick jumps the fence to get in because you have to be 21 to get in.
So wait, let me paint the picture a little more clear. Real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
So this is diverging from the Boston story. About a year ago, me, Mason, and our friend Evan, we were all out in downtown Tampa. And then, I don't know, we just wanted to go out for some reason.
Yeah, we were just me and Evan were just having a social drink. And then, of course, like, Nick's just talking to us, hanging out. And then, like...
Nick can't drink because he's, he's underage.
We see, like, this 30-year-old mom. Or she looks like she's probably, like, early 30s.
She was...
And she turned out
to be older 30s, late 30s.
So then we're, like...
Early 40s,
We're sitting here talking in, like, the corner.
I still haven't heard this full story, but I heard you mention this a while ago.
No, so we're sitting here like talking in the corner, and then like we keep looking over it, and like we see this lady, which happens to be the mom, like looking at Nick, and we're like,
what the heck?
We're like, what is she doing? Like she's like, she keeps like staring, and it's like weird. It's like, okay, like are you gonna say something, or are you just gonna like stand
You thought it was
there?
just like an older lady looking at you kind of vibes.
I wasn't really sure, so I think either I asked her or she asked me, and I was like, hello? Like, why are you looking? Like, why are you staring at me? It was just weird. She wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
And then it turned out that her sons were fans, and like she knew who I was. And she's like, "Yo, can I take a picture with you?" And then ended up getting her number.
Oh my! This guy's just got a thing for the moms, huh?
Oh, definitely for the mom.
Well, no, is it that, or did the mom have a thing for me?
Oh,
I think the moms have a thing for Nick.
No.
The MOMs love the NCK, huh?
Okay.
All right, but back to the Boston.
Back to the
story.
Boston.
Let's
Back
go
to the Boston.
Boston story.
Yes.
So we go to the show. I meet the mom, and the next day I text the mom, "Yo, what are you doing?" Me and the mom, we end up hanging out. It was her.
This is wild to me. I'm sorry.
It was her and a friend though, so it wasn't like weird.
Oh,
though.
okay.
And she was from Boston, so she was just showing me around the area. You know, we were hanging out, and then she ends up asking, "Yo, what are you doing in Boston?" And that's when I tell her, "Yeah, I kind of came to see the show, but then I also came to hopefully I planned on meeting the girl from the Crush video."
Let's give her a name just so the people, you know.
The girl from the Crush video, that's her name.
That's what we're going to call her?
That's what we're going to call her.
Okay, the girl from the Crush video?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So then me and the girl from the Crush video, I told the mom, she ended up flagging on me. And she's like, "Oh, damn, why?" And I said, "Because she had school or whatever, and she couldn't find a ride to the city." And then the mom was like, "What if I give you a ride to her?" And I was like, "Oh, okay.
Ooh, a little ride. That's a long ride too. 2 hours.
It was a long ride.
Oh my!
No, I'm kidding. It wasn't like that. But then, of course, before I tell the mom to take me to her, I said I got to text the girl from the Crush video and be like, "Yo, I found a ride to you. Is it okay if I show up to you?" Since she couldn't show up to me, she couldn't make a little bit of time. You know, I flew across the country, all the way to Boston from Florida, and she couldn't find 30 minutes to make it to the city. But it is what it is, right? Number one podcast in the game.
But then you took the initiative and said,
And I said,
you don't even have to.
Yeah, you don't even have to meet me in the middle. Oh, I'll go all the way to you. From Florida all the way right to your doorstep like a Uber Eats delivery driver, like a DoorDasher. I'll pull up, I'll knock on your door. All you gotta do is open the door. You don't even have to meet me nowhere. I'll literally go directly to you. And then she has the audacity to say, "Yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy with school. I'm too busy."
I just feel like it's such cap because like if someone, bro, say like I'm driving to, or like say I flew out to like somewhere like that, and like it's just a friend, and like you guys have like a pass. It's not like you guys are totally random.
Yeah, it's not like
if
we've
they
never met
really,
before.
really cared about you and really wanted to hang out with you, like, bro, what the heck? Like someone just drove from freaking, or someone flew from freaking Florida to Boston. Like I'm hanging out with them.
Yeah,
What
like
the
come
hell?
on. Even if we're not like relationship talking or whatever, just like as a friend, like who knows the next time I'll be in Boston? I probably will never be back there unless we do a tour.
Yeah.
Literally.
Or if she comes here, which I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But then she has the audacity to text me she's busy. She's busy. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
The classic, you know?
The classic. It's, classic excuse is what it is. And then
Everyone's busy, you know, but
I don't know. It just, this story is so weird to me because you literally planned it with her like when you were in LA.
that's the
Like a month prior to this.
We planned it for a month.
yeah. It's not like you were just in Boston. You're like, "Yo, let's hang out," and then she was like, "I'm busy." That would be like, that's there's no planning. She doesn't have time. She had time.
This was planned a month in advance. Come on.
Yeah. So carry on with the story.
So then what ends up happening is I see her post on her story that she's at a concert. She's at a concert when she says she's busy. And I'm like, oh, bruh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I said, oh, there was a concert at her school the next day too. And I was like, yo, meet me at this next concert. And then she never.
It was the Jack Harlow concert, right?
Yeah, a Jack Harlow concert. And then she never ends up texting me back. And then I end up seeing her at another concert the next night.
3 days in a row?
No, it's the second day, buddy.
Oh, okay.
At the second concert, and then she says she didn't respond to me, and I just felt so disrespected. I was like, yo, you want to meet me at this concert? No response, but then she posted the concert on her story that she's at the concert. And then after the concert, she has the audacity to text me this. This was the biggest cap I've ever seen. So originally,
what'd she say?
I texted her, do you want to meet me at the concert? There was no response. But then after the concert, she texted me that she said yes, but she forgot to click send.
Oh, bro, that's
cap.
Oh, that's cap.
She just felt
Forgot
bad.
to click send, bud?
Forgot to click
She just
send.
felt bad or was
Oh.
trying to go with other guys or something, bro. There's definitely.
When's the
something
last time
behind
you
it.
forgot to hit send, though?
I don't know.
But if you really wanted you to come too.
Yeah, if she really wanted to hang out, she would have made the effort.
She would be like in your messages, like
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
So I had to unfollow her, and then just
You hit her with the unfollow.
yeah, she'll probably see the unfollow too. She's the type
Did she
of person. that
unfollow
would-
you?
No,
But what will she
True.
say when you hit her with the unfollow? Why do you unfollow me? Will she be upset?
she'll probably say, "Why'd you unfollow me?"
And
And
what are
then-
you going to say?
Probably nothing.
I did that today
Key.
too.
Yeah,
Key to say nothing.
I did
it's
that.
key. It's so disrespectful. It's just like she could have just told me no. Maybe,
Yeah.
I would have just not gone to Boston in general.
It's like you got to realize your worth, man. Like when people are doing this kind of stuff to you, like
Yeah,
you're a good guy.
like bending over.
Like you have everything
backwards.
going for you right now, and like this podcast is gonna be crazy. But I'm just speaking it into existence.
Yes,
like
it
like
is.
I
You got to
said.
speak.
Like we got the
manifest.
It's
YouTube
like-
going, and then the podcast is gonna go crazy too.
Yeah.
You're saying
And like, dude, you're not even how old are you?
19.
You're only 19. Like, bro, what kind of girl is turning that down? I don't know. That's crazy.
Like,
But then if she doesn't want you, you just got to be like, just yeah.
it
You
is
know?
what it is. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
gotta say.
You just gotta
But I think
realize
that's
your
part of the
worth.
draw is that she doesn't want you, For you, a little bit in a way.
Like you're saying, I'm attracted to her because she isn't attracted to me.
Yeah.
In a way, you like the chase,
But you have to learn. You have
you
to
have to
learn
learn.
from this and like
It's a
learn.
balance, yeah.
Like, bro, every single thing in life is a learning point, bro. Like I've learned so much. Like the past, like just within the past freaking like couple weeks, bro. I've learned so much.
Well,
Crazy stuff.
he's learned a lot apparently,
Yeah,
right?
because you were in an actual relationship, and then
You have a
Yeah,
crazy
should we
story.
get into it?
let's
Yeah,
get
it's
into
up to you.
Tell
You
the
feel
people.
comfortable?
Yeah, I definitely feel comfortable. All
All right,
telling
then
it.
You want me to preface it a little bit?
Yeah, you can hype it up a little bit or
All right.
whatever you want to
So Mason, he's been in for the past how long?
do. Basically, like almost like the past year.
Almost past year.
Dang,
And-
almost a
and
year.
an actual
Yeah.
like serious relationship.
Like probably the most serious relationship I've ever been in. Like hung out every other day, like had sleepovers all the time. Like basically we're like almost living together. And we almost bought an apartment together, but we didn't. And we were like planning on buying a house together, but things
And
happen.
if you guys didn't know, Mason was actually supposed to be he was the first person we asked to go on the road trip originally.
and to be part of the pod.
He was the first he was supposed to be the first co-host.
Yeah, so
But that
back-
switched up because we were talking about this in December of 2021?
Yeah. So back in like December, this is back when Ricky and Nick first like offered me to go on like this trip. My headphones cut out. Basically. Shoot, now it's fudged up again.
buddy, you're on a 10-day contract.
Yeah, you got to keep going. If things going to happen, you just got to go it is what it is.
How the hell do you get it to work?
I don't know, bro.
And this is like early November, maybe like early December when you guys first offered me to come on the road trip and basically
be a part of the podcast.
yeah, be a part of the podcast, film videos, and like have my own YouTube channel. And at this point, I was like kind of like hiding it from my girlfriend, and
Like she didn't know
Like-
that
like,
we were
yeah.
we were talking back and forth
yeah,
about
like
this
she
whole
didn't
thing.
know, like we were talking back and forth about this whole plan. And I was
Because you were like scared of what
Yeah,
she was gonna say.
because like I genuinely like liked and cared about this girl so much that I was just scared to tell her, and I didn't know what she was gonna say. So then that comes around, and then I feel like in like middle of December, I kind of like hinted at it and like told her, and I thought she was gonna be like cool about it because the girl that I dated or was dating, she was like so work driven and like cared about the future like so much to where like she wanted me to have like a good job and basically like have a good future, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I thought like when I told her, like I thought she was gonna be cool about it, and thought she was gonna be like, oh heck yeah, like go, like that is great for our future, like I think you can do big things, and like you know like
Like be
you'll have this-
supportive
yeah,
of you.
like
Yeah.
if someone really cares about you, like they'll like be so supportive of you
Of
and,
your
like,
dreams and your goals.
Yeah, and like love you for it, and like they'll support you no matter what, and they'll be there, and they'll stay. But then so then I told her it, and she was like, no, like oh like I don't want to do distance and all this stuff, and that's when things started going downhill in December. Near Christmas time, it starts getting a little juicy, and she like I take her on a date into downtown Tampa, and she starts like being all weird and like stops like and like starts like almost like getting like emotional, and I was like what's wrong? And we don't even end up ice skating. I paid for the ice skating in downtown Tampa.
For the date?
For the date. We don't even end up ice skating. We just go home. And then she's like, "Oh, like I don't know if I see you in my future," and like all this stuff.
Was it because you brought up that I might go on the road
Yeah.
with the
Now
with
that I'm
Ireland
out of
boys?
now that I'm out of the situation, I totally 100% agree with what you just said. Like I think that like all this happened because I like said that, and like it kind of like changed her mind a little bit, and that she like
Dang.
she started to not feel the same because she thought I was like
She
You thought you were
because
leaving.
she didn't want to do long distance, and then
she thought I was okay with it,
yeah.
okay with breaking up with her and leaving.
So she almost in her mind she thinks like, wow, Mason values this opportunity and going on the road with boys and being part of the podcast more than me, and then she started to lose feelings.
Dang.
What you're
Yeah.
trying to say?
Yeah,
Because that's so
basically.
tough. Because you loved her.
Yeah.
You still do in a way, right?
Yeah, yeah,
you're
no,
gonna
like-
get to that. Cause,
No, yeah.
but
definitely.
you love her. You loved her. And you wanted this opportunity to go with the boys. Like, who doesn't want to go on a road trip
Yeah.
with their friends and like make
bro,
videos?
Any of these people that are watching this video would 100% give up anything and everything to go on a road trip completely paid for by like Ricky and Nick. Like I didn't have to
just
really
like
pay
their
for
boys.
anything besides or your guys' friends. Like you guys would just give up everything to go with your friends. But like basically I didn't even have to pay for anything besides gas and my food and anything else I wanted to buy. So it's like who wouldn't go besides me?
because you saw her as like you wanted to
Yeah.
marry this girl.
Like I legit have never been in a relationship like that's this serious, and that I was this loyal and love someone this much that I literally thought I was gonna marry them. So that's why I truly like stayed.
so you were like, yo, if I go on this trip with the boys, then I might lose this relationship, or I might like it might go bad because long distance is hard, bro. You can
Yeah.
like you're apart, they're lonely sometimes. You know what I mean? Like a lot can happen in long
Yeah,
distance.
yeah, it's
or
tough.
if you stay with her, then you miss this opportunity with the boys. But ultimately, you ended up.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and like right before you guys went on the road trip, I was like, watch, bro. Like if I don't go on this road trip, I guarantee you, like 3 months down the road, like we're gonna break up, and like all this stuff is gonna happen.
You were literally saying on the phone,
Like
Yeah.
he was debating until the last
so
day.
like it's so crazy because like I literally spoke into the future, bro. Like I manifested what happened.
it was.
Not in a good way. Like I didn't want this to happen, but it's like it happened.
If you guys aren't following what he's saying, pretty much what he's saying is he was afraid that the worst of both was going to happen. He was going to decide not to go on the road trip, which is what you decided. You
Yeah.
decided to stay home
Yeah.
and be with your girlfriend because you valued your relationship with her more and you saw like more of a future, like for sure, with her more than you valued going on the road.
Yeah.
And then what ended up happening,
You miss out on the road
you
trip.
missed out on the road trip and
I missed out on the relationship.
because she ended up breaking up with you
Yeah.
or you broke up with her?
Yeah. So should I tell the story of like how we kind of like why we kind of broke up so people can like
yeah,
mean,
I think this can help a lot of kids.
people
bro.
could like honestly learn from it. So
And honestly,
Yeah.
it's an interesting story. It's sad, but it's interesting.
yeah, it's
It's so fresh. It's literally
Yeah,
happening right
it's
now.
so
So
fresh
it's hard
and,
to
like,
talk. I don't know even
still
how you
going
feel.
and
through
like
it.
yeah, I'm still going through it, and like not a lot of people like I'm just saying in general, like you never know what someone is truly going through. So like always give people respect for like whenever you see someone, like don't ever hate on someone and just like learn from it. I'm getting a little emotional right now. You can see this.
Yep.
But yeah.
Glassy eyes.
Little glassy eyes. But basically what had happened is that literally the day after you guys left, where she's like all weird and like I'm not like seeing it at this point, but now I'm seeing it from like an outsider's perspective. But she's like not giving me as much attention. And then so then I'm like, whoa, like what's wrong? And she's like, oh, like I just still feel the same, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know if I see a future with you. Like, I think we just might need to like break up. And I'm like, so then like we end up like working it out and all this stuff, and then like went on like a beach drive, and like was like basically just came to terms that we need to go on more dates and spend more alone time together, and not necessarily just hang out and be friends and hang out with family.
And more quality time.
Yeah.
Like when you're hanging out together.
Not just chilling, you know?
Yeah. It's key. Like when you're in a relationship, you got to go on dates. You got to keep it spicy. And
Yeah, you have to. You have to. That's
like,
key.
You got to go on dates. Like the one thing I've learned from this is to not spend every single day together, and to go on, like when we hang out, only go on dates and don't give your absolute all.
Bro, time apart make time.
Yeah.
What is it? Distance makes the heart grow fonder or something?
Yeah.
Like, bro, because it's hard for me to say this from the outside, but I'm saying, like, bro, if you guys would have held on and you were just so sure of yourself and you guys were good, and you would have sat her down and been like, yo, I'm going on this road trip because this is what I want to do for my future, and I love you so much, and I really want you to support me. That would have been the hardest thing to say in that moment, because she might be like, yo, we're done right there.
But I feel like
But
she would
then
have
if-
given me respect, though,
She would've
because
given
I had
you
the
respect,
because
and
I
you
had the
go-
decency to say it.
And you go, and when you leave on that road trip, when you come back, bro, after being gone for so long, it like rekindles, and then you're just like, you know?
Yeah.
But I think you're learning so much, bro. Like, I really do.
Yeah, no, I've definitely learned like so much from the past like 2 to 3 months. But then
Then that one story that you were telling me that one night when
what? Oh yeah,
in
yeah,
your room.
Yeah.
Right?
So then
that was crazy.
So then we end up like fixing everything, and like we're still dating at this point. But I should have taken the hints that she was not giving. She wasn't like talking to me as much, and like didn't want to hang out as much. And I was like, whoa, like this is weird. And like I didn't really realize it. But then 2 weeks after Valentine's Day, it comes like a Friday, and she comes over to my house, and like super like it wasn't like late, but it was like, all right, fudge, like. She normally like comes over like right after like work or whatever, but she came over like late this time. I was like, all right. So then she like gets in the shower, and like I saw that her mom texted her. So I was like, I'm not one to like go on anyone's phones at all, but it was her mom, and like I'm really close. Bro, I'm close with her.
I know.
I'm just saying, like I'm
I'm surprised NCK wasn't over there.
Wait, what?
That was a mom.
But no, so I see that her mom texts her, and like. Keep in mind, I'm like really close with her family and like her close friends, and so like I thought it was fine for me to go on her phone. So I looked on her phone and like just thought like her mom was just texting her like, oh, like are you there? And I was just gonna text back yes. But then I read it.
You were gonna text back for her?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, you're
Yeah.
the dog.
No.
But I just thought it was like one of those texts, like, oh, like have you made it safely? Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah, you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
And you were like, you were being responsible.
Yeah,
boyfriend.
I was being a good boyfriend. But then she's in the
And you're
shower.
like, yeah, she is safe.
And I read the messages, and it says, "Did you talk to him yet?" ...
From her mom?
Yeah, from her mom. So I was like,
No.
oh shoot, like here we go again.
Then your mind
Like,
starts racing.
Then I'm like racing. I'm like, I already know what it is. So then at this point, she gets out of the shower. I don't say a word. I acted. Oh no, I did say a word. I was like, hey, like your mom texted you, but I acted like I didn't know what it was.
Okay, you were trying to play it cool, like you
Yeah.
didn't.
So then she gets all mad at me, like after she finds out that I went on her phone, and she's like, why would you go on my phone? Like you're investing in my like private like
Well, because she
space
picked
and,
up her
like,
phone and the
yeah.
text message wasn't there anymore because you already opened it.
Yeah.
And she was like,
But then like so I'm like
What
playing
the
it
guy
cool,
got?
like I don't even know. And then she starts talking. She like sits there and like is like all quiet and like starts like getting upset. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? Like, but I already know. And then she's like, oh, like, I just don't know if I want to be together anymore and all this stuff. And, like, we both started getting upset and, like, crying because, like, we love each other. Like, I think we were, like, good together, and it just, like, sucks because, like, it's probably, like, the best girl I've ever dated. And she's, like, it's almost like she's too good in a way because she's so driven and motivated and, like, she's so ready for, like, life to just, like, to be a wife pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's, like, I'm still at that point where I'm, like, I'm in school and, like, I'm working kind of a part-time job. And I'm just kind of like trying to enjoy life a little with my friends.
you're trying to figure everything out.
But
Before it gets all like serious, then you
yeah,
got
but I'm trying to
responsibilities
do like the same. Like I'm trying to do like both. And like now that I realize it, like I wish that like I don't know, man. But anyways, so then
Dang.
she like we almost break up, and then like we go on like a bunch of dates like the next day and like fix everything, and we're like, all right, we're just gonna take some time apart and not talk to each other as much the next week. So then like the next week goes by, and knowing me, we still talk, and I'm still texting her, which isn't key.
Not key.
For the people that are listening, this is not key.
Ye-
When a girl needs space, they need space. Please give space.
Yeah, bro. If you can learn that, it's so key.
Yeah. So then another week goes by, and we're like, and like the weekend comes around, and we're like, oh, like let's just try again, and let's give complete space and not text at all, not talk in person at all or anything. And so then we try that, but then I came over like one day and then like ruined it. And then it just comes to the point like 2 weeks later, like we kept trying to do that and it just didn't work out. And she basically said like, look, like we need to break up. I need time for myself because she's focusing on like a bunch of different things. Like she works in 8 to 4. She goes to the gym immediately after. And like, that's one of the main, like, that's one of like the huge things that I love about her is that she's like so motivated and work driven. And like, it's hard to find like a girl that's like that, you know? Like most girls like going out and like kind of like partying and all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And like she doesn't really give a crap about social media at all, which was also cool too, you know?
Damn, man.
But, so I had nothing to worry about. But then she basically just broke up with me because she wanted to focus on herself, work on real estate, and yeah. And so
now where are you and her at?
So now
you're single now, or
I'm single now.
Well, didn't you do
like,
something the other day too with her?
Yeah. So then
that was another thing.
So
right?
then fast forward like
this is a whole thing, guys.
Yeah, it's a long story if you guys are following along. But,
I think they're following, bro. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. It's so fresh, so it's so weird to like joke around and laugh about stuff.
So this is literally happening.
This
as
happened.
we speak.
This happened yesterday. This other thing, right?
Yeah. I'm down bad in a deep hole.
So
like if I would have said nothing from the get go and totally given her a complete space, 100%. I feel like we would have a chance at getting back together. You know?
Yeah, bro. I think if you are honestly, I think if you don't say anything, and I think if anyone's out there doesn't say anything after. For some of the times, I guess every relationship's different because sometimes the girl wants you to win her back in a weird way. But sometimes, at least for me, every girl that I've dated before and my exes, like whenever we'd break up, I would not say anything, and normally they wouldn't get the closure that they wanted because everyone wants closure. They want to feel at peace with their decision. They want to be like, okay, end it on good terms. Like everyone wants that deep down. But for me, I would end it, and then every girl has a weakness or like a point where they're lonely or there's something, and they're like they do something and they're like, yo, they hit you with that junk call or that text of like, yo, I miss you, and you just don't respond, and then it drives them crazy in a weird way. But if you can be strong and not say anything, I feel like at least at some point one person's gonna text the other person back, and if you're not the one chasing, then you're in the power position. Because you said that quote the other day that you were telling me, what's it called? The chasing thing.
If you chase something, if you just think about it. If you're chasing something,
it's running away.
That means it's running away.
Yeah. That's what he was literally saying, bro.
I know.
You
interrupted me and NCK need to learn.
You finish each other's.
We're both.
You finish each other's.
He interrupted me. He's on his 10-day contract, guys. He's still learning.
That was definitely
still learning.
That was, I don't know.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know about the max contract. Maybe like a 10-day extension.
It's like a comedian telling their joke, and then right before the punchline, you raise your hand in the crowd, oh, and then you say it, and then you're like, oh, bro.
It's okay.
But
it's okay.
No, when it's running away, it's chasing, you know? So there's always going to be someone chasing, but as long as you stay true. But the story that happened the other day that you were telling me was.
So
as you can see, Buddy's going through it. We turned this into a podcast. This is turned into Mason Lamb therapy session talk.
There's a gym right next to Mason's house, probably 5 minutes away, and there's also another gym.
And he has a membership to the gym right next to his house. Let's keep that in mind.
Yeah. And there's another gym. There's another gym, what, like 45 minutes away from your house that she goes to?
40, yeah.
Okay, 40.
Far.
It's far away, bro.
I pulled a little NCK. Like, bro, like,
okay.
I wanted to go to the gym with my friend.
But no, they don't even know what happened. So you went to that gym. You drove to that far gym knowing that she's going to be there, and you're telling yourself in your mind, I'm going to get a good workout in, right?
Yep.
Like you're saying, you're telling
I did.
yourself,
My legs are still sore.
Yes, but you could have got that same workout in at the gym right across the street from your house.
That's so true.
Right? But you're like, yo, I'm gonna go far. Just like Nick. When Nick went to Boston, he was going to the show. You were going to the gym. He was going on the off chance that he got to hang out with his girl. You're going off the off chance that you randomly see her.
Hold up. You cannot say we are the same.
It's not, yeah.
I went to Boston. Me and her talked about hanging out. We had plans to hang out. Mason wasn't talking to his
You know that she gets off of work at 4 and she goes to the gym straight after, and you're, I'm going to drive right there at 4:30 and pull up and hit legs for 2 hours.
Until she comes up.
But then you get there, not in a bad way. It's just the truth, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And then you get there, and what did you do, bro?
So
What
I
did you
get there,
do, bro?
So I'm
Because
like,
in your mind, on the way there, you were telling me that you're just gonna go in there and you're just gonna get a nice pump. So when she sees you, she's like, that's what I'm missing out, right?
yeah,
That's
no,
what
like,
you're
bro,
telling me?
on the way to the gym, like, I was listening to some aggressive music, and I was like, fudge, if I see her, like, I'm not gonna talk to her. It's blah,
Like
blah,
listening
blah,
to some
blah. I was
Eminem, like
yeah, no,
I'm gonna lose
legit.
myself in the
I think I was
music.
listening, bro. I was listening to Nickelback, bro. I'll play it for you after. It was fire. But yeah. So then I'm like, so that's what I tell myself before the gym, and then so she gets there. I'm murdering my legs on the squat rack, and she goes to the other squat rack, like 3 squat racks away from me, and so I'm like, fudge. Like, what do I do? I'm like, geesh. Like, dang, I haven't talked to her. I haven't seen her
But
since.
you both know that you guys are there.
Yeah.
You both saw each other.
Yeah.
So
And
what do
so
you end up
then-
doing, buddy?
So then,
Tell the people.
I ended up being the nice guy that I am. She was putting weights. She was putting weights onto the bar, and so I was like, all right, I'll pick up a weight and I'll put it on there for her.
Yeah.
So
pick up this nice 45-pound plate. Look at me, pick it up, baby.
yeah. So then I did that, and then I was just like, oh, like, hey, like, how have you been? Blah blah blah. And she's just like basically like kind of like just like doesn't even want to talk to me. But I didn't take the hint, and I was like,
neither.
fudge. So then.
She was like not saying anything.
Yeah, she didn't say anything. So then I went back to her again, and I was like, are we cool? Like, I went up to her again, like, after that, and I was like, basically, are we, like, cool, or, like, what? Like, why are you being like this? And she's like, no, we're not cool. And I started, like, getting all mad, because, like, immediately, I was, like, thinking to myself, I was like, what the hell did I even do for us to not be cool? Like, we didn't break up because I cheated, or she didn't cheat. I never said anything mean. The only thing I did do, or didn't do, is not give her enough space.
So moral of the story, let's cut to the chase. What's the moral of the story?
Moral of the story,
right?
let's cut to the chase, is give
Space.
space.
Give space.
Yeah.
Space is key.
And if I would have given complete 100% space from the beginning, I guarantee you that I probably wouldn't be this far in a black hole.
Buddy, this is Mason right
That's
now.
a good analogy right there. That's pretty good.
And
analogy.
I literally got like a massive rope, bro. Like, this hole is so deep. Like, it's honestly like I'm trying to like just fight my way to the top.
You think
But
you're gonna
the
make
weird
your
part-
way out of it?
The weird part
I'll
is
probably make my way out of it because like I honestly think that like I don't know, we had like such a great connection, and I'm just like sitting here, I'm trying to move on and like trying to like not care about it, but it's so hard to not care about it when like that when you end on terms like that, you know?
yeah, because you're looking for that closure.
Yeah.
You want that nice closure, but you're trying to get it, but you'll never get it unless
That
you,
way.
Yeah, you'll never get it that way.
It's
Yeah.
like almost counterintuitive. Like to win them back, you have to do nothing.
Yeah, but it actually is doing something. It's the discipline of like every time that you want to text them, you want to go drive to the gym an hour away, and
Just for the people that are
Go.
watching this, I was like just thinking in my head, not saying anything is so much more stronger and more alpha, and just like it hits more than like saying anything.
But it's so
Yeah.
hard to do.
Just silence,
it's
bro.
hard to do.
Just
Oh,
like
very
if someone
hard.
like if you're mad about not getting invited to Joe Blow's party, bro, silence. Don't be like, oh, he didn't invite me, blah blah blah.
Do you think that's gonna make them like?
Bro,
and if they do invite you to that party, it's gonna be a pity invite. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, I guess.
For certain people, bro, for certain
You know?
people, like certain people need to be like treated like that. Like just silence. Don't say a word. Fudge it, man.
Yeah, we should just be silent this whole pod and not say anything.
Because that will mean more than anything.
Because you know this means nothing.
But for anyone out there
this
watching, all right,
means everything.
never mind.
No, sorry, I was saying like actions
gotta-
speak louder than words.
You know, this is your first podcast you're on. You know,
Yeah.
he was talking, so you know, you just gotta. When someone's
All right.
talking, normally you just gotta let him talk.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, it's okay. Now you can go though.
All
I'll pass the torch to you.
No, I was just gonna say for anyone watching this podcast that may or may not know my ex. I don't know what I was gonna say. Fudge, take L.
Oh, buddy, the 10 days.
Ooh,
Looking
the
a
10
little
days.
short.
I think this
Drop it down to
podcast.
a 40.
I think this podcast is pretty juicy.
Oh, it's juicy.
Oh,
I'll tell you
it's
that.
definitely getting juicy. Speaking of juicy, man, what is Elon Musk doing though?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Bro,
You wanna
Elon
talk
Musk,
about
he is
Elon
the
Musk?
highlight right now, bro.
Oh, he's going crazy. Didn't he just bought Twitter?
He just bought Twitter for. He just dropped a light $45 billion. Like it's nothing.
But
He
you know,
probably didn't even feel
Jay-Z
it.
said that one song, what's 50,000 to a motherfudger like me? Can you please remind me? Elon Musk could drop a bar and say, what's 50 billion to a motherfudger like me? Can you please remind me?
Absolutely nothing.
Whoa.
What is 50 billion to that man? That is crazy.
Bro, I saw a TikTok the other day about this whole Elon Musk thing, and it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Let's hear it.
I want to hear it.
The TikTok was saying like that he could literally buy every NFL team,
Oh, I saw this.
every NBA team, and like every MLB team, and every like NHL team, and still have billions of dollars.
Still be like one of the
Like,
richest
bro, is
people on
that
the planet.
crazy or
That's
what?
insane.
He can do. He's like the world is his playground at this point. Like when
Yeah.
you have that much money, what can you not do? You can fly wherever you want, stay at the nicest hotel, eat whatever you want, and you literally won't feel a thing at all.
It's literally a video game.
I don't
He's
even
living in a video
understand.
game. It's like GTA, but he hacked it and has like 99999 on top.
Yeah, he literally got the cheat code to life.
I wonder what goes on in that man's head on the daily, because he's still so driven and still doing the most. Like,
He's built PayPal. He's trying to get us to Mars. That's insane. He's literally. Just think about that. We're a planet, and then we're like gonna go to another planet, and he's trying to put people on that planet, which has never been done before. Like we've only never been on Earth and the moon, but like
there's no one to learn from either. Like everything that most people do is like learn from. Like we make videos, other people have made videos, we can learn from them.
Yep.
He just
This
does.
man is, no one has ever like gone to Mars, and you just have to be the first.
He is the first. He's literally
That's crazy.
he's like leading the way of our civilization, paving the path to greatness.
Bro, he started such a big thing too. I mean, like I don't know if he necessarily started the electric car company, but like that's like
Put it on the map for sure.
Definitely put electric
He
cars on the map-
popularized it for
on the
sure.
map.
Like you drive around LA and half the cars there are Teslas,
Yeah.
literally. Because probably
Everywhere
'cause-
you look now, you see a Tesla.
Probably because gas is like $8 out there, but for real. But I was talking to someone about this the other day about Elon Musk, and I was talking to him. I was like, "Yo, Elon Musk, such a inspirational guy. He's just an inspiration because, like I said, he's paving the way for mankind, not just the country, but humanity as a whole. He's doing what no one has done before. He's built some of the craziest companies, solving some of the like biggest problems, and then." I was talking to this person about it, and then they were just like roasting him. They're like,
No way. Oh, there is a lot of hate on him.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was like hating.
What was she saying?
She was telling me, yeah, I just think he could be doing something better with his money.
What?
And I was like, yo, how are you gonna be mad at him for spending his money? Keyword, his money. It ain't your money, it's his money. He got that money himself. How are you gonna be mad at how he's spending it?
What do you
don't
have
wanna-
a problem with? Because didn't he spend like how many billions trying to end world hunger too?
Yeah.
I would hate to say
Wait,
it.
no. What did she say? I want to know.
Well, that's what I told her. I was like, yo, she said, yeah, he can be doing more, like more about the climate and stuff. And I was like,
Bro.
I was like, yo, he
She
literally
probably doesn't even know anything about the climate.
I was like, yo, he offered $6 billion to end world hunger if they would show him what the $6 billion would actually do to end world hunger. And I don't know if they ever got back to him or what, but either way, he like offered $6 billion to try and end world hunger.
He could be doing more though. You know, he just made electric cars. You know, and
That's
not how.
that's bad for the environment.
Hey, you heard it here first.
But you know, the girl that you're talking to, she probably drinks out of paper straws, so she's doing the most.
Oh, yeah, she's saving the turtles and all.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about this girl that you're talking to, but like basically, it just sounds like someone who's like straight like liberal.
Oh, probably.
Literally.
And I asked her, I was like, yo, so what do you think about Elon? You know, he just bought Twitter, and we all know
Yeah.
former President Trump is banned on Twitter. And I was like, yo, do you think Elon's going to bring Trump back? And I'm pretty sure he is. He's going to like reinstate Trump's Twitter or whatever.
Because he
right?
got that power now, bro.
'Cause he owns
Bro,
it.
I fully think like my thoughts are that Elon Musk could be a president within the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah,
I
could
wouldn't
see
be
that.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
But then I was talking to her about Elon bringing Trump back on Twitter, and she's like, "Yeah, I mean, he probably will. I don't think he should though." And I was like, "Wait, you don't think he should? Like, to tell me why you don't think he should have his Twitter back?" She's like, "Yeah, because he incited all this violence and everything." And I'm like, I told her, you know ISIS, like the terrorist group,
Yeah.
they have a Twitter, like an official Twitter. I'm pretty sure they have a Twitter.
Oh, they need to be banned, bro.
Yeah,
I think they're verified.
they probably are. They have a Twitter, but then former President Trump, president of the United States, literally led the country, can't have a Twitter account.
It's just so weird to me, bro. It's so weird how.
Everything is ran by the media, bro. everything.
No, I know.
I don't think we should be talking about it on the podcast.
Do you think they're gonna ban us?
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they
Yeah,
might.
Yeah, definitely not.
Doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
fudge it, man. If it gets removed, it gets removed.
If it gets removed, guys, if you guys aren't watching this,
Just saying a big fact.
you know, it's definitely true. The media, because if you think about it, think about how much the media influences stuff. Like you watch movies, you read books, you hear the news, you
Like the shirt that I'm wearing, like I'm literally wearing an oversized tee because I see all these other people wearing it. I thought it was cool, so then I start liking it. So then I'm wearing it.
and
I think
then
the cool part,
music and everything, it just influences your subconscious and then influences who you actually are and what you believe in.
it does, and I think the cool part about nowadays is people are becoming more aware of that, and like regular, like because back in the day, it used to be like Hollywood and only like the big people, and there was like select groups of like big rappers, big like artists that influence so many. But nowadays, there's so many people on TikTok. There's so many artists, like upcoming artists. There's so many influential people, and I feel like the power is spread out more. So you can choose what you want more now, if that makes sense in a way. Like before, there was less options. Like you could have to go to the movie theaters, and there's only a couple movies. Now there's so many YouTube videos, so many podcasts, so many artists,
So many different YouTubers.
So
Yeah,
the
that's
good stuff
100%
really
fact.
rises to the top, if you know what I mean. And like
That is true.
everyone is leveling up. Like
you can
everyone.
you can pick what you want to listen to. Where the maybe like 100 years ago, I don't know, but like a little bit ago, it was almost the other way around, and they're picking what you get to listen to.
I was also
Because
thinking
who
about
watches the news? Honestly, like the news influences a lot, but I get my news from like talking to friends or watching it on social media. And maybe it's not the most accurate.
Or watching the #1 podcast in the Nebula.
yeah,
Bro,
and
like-
maybe it's not the most accurate, but the people tell the truth more than I think the media.
Oh
on TV.
yeah, 100%. Like, bro, I was at like a couple months ago. I was at a point where I was literally listening to Joe Rogan like every single day, and that's where I was getting like a lot of like I mean, I'm called health benefits in your guys' videos, but like I think it's because I listen to Joe Rogan so much, and I always know like some health fact or like some fitness thing.
Yeah, you always know some
But
random.
on the other note, I was thinking about this last night, bro. But like, have you actually thought about like how podcasts have like grown so crazy over like the past like 2.5 years? Like how everyone started wanting to do podcasts. Like you guys started a podcast. Like
Impulsive.
Impulsive.
The Nelk Boys.
The Nelk Boys. And like what I was thinking is that just like, dude, like we're early. Like this podcast can actually be like something crazy if we just keep dropping like good pods and have great guests.
Like it's like, dude, remember when YouTube started? We weren't even early on YouTube. I feel like we were right in that middle group.
Yeah.
Like there was a generation before us.
But for
middle
podcasts,
group, and
this
then-
group is super early, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then like YouTube now is like super saturated, but we're like certified in there. This is like the earlier podcast, or maybe in the middle. But like in a little bit, it's just going to become so much, and I think everything's so saturated. But if you can become established,
I was watching Gary Vee on Impulsive, and he was kind of talking about this because Gary Vee was early into the social media wave in general.
Oh yeah.
And then he was talking about how when he started up his like dad's wine company, if like you know Gary Vee's story, he was saying that when he started the wine company thing, the internet vlogs, the blogs or whatever, he was like one of the first people on it. But then he saw how everyone switched from radio, getting all their information from radio, listening to radio.
To Twitter, right?
No,
Oh.
the radio, and then Twitter was probably way after.
Oh.
But then from Twitter, it went to the television was invented, and then there's TV, and then people went from the radio to TV, and then from the TV, then it went to the internet, and now it's on like the social media wave.
social media.
Media.
Wait, social media.
Speaking of that,
Social,
No, the only reason I
social
said
media
Twitter,
wave. But then what's the next? And if you can be the first one to the next, just keep going, bro.
Well,
But
yeah,
we're
and
early on the social media wave.
it's
so.
also like there's a social media wave of social media as a whole, and then there's also like the individual social medias. Like TikTok, when TikTok first came out, if you were early on there, you didn't even have to be doing the craziest stuff. Literally, if you were early, there's only so many people on the platform that they'll just push your stuff because there's only so many people making content. But now TikTok is so saturated. It's still a great app, but they're trying to blow stuff up.
For real. Do you think you will ever get to the point where, as a whole, everyone just gets like done with it, and then they just move on to like another thing? You know how like Vine got so used up, and you move on to the next thing. Do you think it ever will, or do you think it's just like this is going to be a wave for like a big portion of our lifetime?
I don't know. I was kind of thinking about that because
Like, what's next? You know, but
yeah, we don't even have a what's next because like Vine was like Vine and similar to TikTok, and then it transitioned into YouTube. But then like
so
now
YouTube's still certified though.
now that Vine is sort of back in a way, it's like TikTok is Vine. It's
Like revamped.
yeah, revamped.
Concept.
But it's
kinda.
like YouTube's already here and people already do YouTube. But
I
then
think
like
TikTok definitely took over YouTube for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then
Oh,
people are
definitely.
loving like YouTube itself. Even knows that. That's why they're pushing all the shorts.
Yeah.
Instagram's making reels. Snapchat has Snapchat Spotlight.
But do you think it ever goes back? Because look, podcast used to be a big thing, like a long time ago.
Did it?
Yeah. And then it fell down, and then it's back up again. Now
Yeah,
it's up again.
I think it goes probably in kind of like cycles.
Like, do you think like we love this short, like, whoa, we need this constant simulation, but then it gets to the point where a lot of people are like, whoa, I don't want to be like watching a bunch of 6-second videos 100 times in an hour, and I just want to like slow down and see some long form content. Like, is it like a cycle?
it's so bad, bro.
Or do you think it's like people are just like, I need more, I need to be overstimulated, I need the
Oh.
craziest hyper?
I think it's
I-
like that, bro. It's like the addiction. It's like people are addicted to watching the 6-second videos.
Because every little swipe on TikTok, instant new hit of dopamine. But if you're watching a long podcast, it's more long term.
But I think there's a lot of people that
There's more value.
love that are gonna love that stuff because at least from people and kids that I've been talking to, like there's a lot of kids obviously that love TikTok, but there's some that I've seen and talked to that loved it for a period of time, and then they were aware enough and they matured enough, and they were like, yo, I don't want to be like doing this all the time. Like I want to slow
Yeah.
my mind down in a way.
Yeah.
I think as a whole, the country is becoming smarter in a weird way.
It's coming smarter, but I feel like also a little bit dumber.
I agree with both.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like more I think
People-
lazy.
Yeah, people know
Not
more.
dumber, but like lazy in a way.
There's more access to everything, but the willingness to actually like do something is going down. Because people like think about the whole like cancel culture. Everyone's so soft.
Yeah.
Everyone wants like handouts and everything. It's like back then there was no cancel culture, and people like comedian, if they make one joke about something that's not even that bad, everyone's gonna cancel them. But like go back a little bit, I don't think it was like that.
Yeah, I know. I
You know what I'm
wish
saying?
people could just be like more raw and just say whatever they want without getting canceled, you know?
Well, that almost goes back to like Elon Musk and the Twitter thing. I feel like he part of why he bought it was for freedom of speech, and because Twitter, they were kind of censoring stuff, and then Elon's like, nah, like
Yeah.
we need freedom of speech. We're America.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's a monumental shift
But then where do you draw the line, though?
of freedom of speech.
Yeah,
I think the line is literally like if you incite violence, like you can't incite violence.
Yeah, violence and
So like if you're like, yo, let's meet here and
Yeah.
blow this building up,
oh, that's
that's too far. But like
Yeah,
anything else,
violence.
honestly, in a weird way, anything else besides inciting violence, you have to let it go because there's no other line to be drawn.
yeah.
You can't almost decide what is offensive and what's not. Because that's all individually based. Like, I might think something's offensive. This other person might not think it's offensive. But it don't really matter, bro. You just got to you can't be soft, I think.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, you just can't be having your feelings be hurt so easily.
No, definitely.
Because I think it was Joe Rogan I was watching, and he was saying if it's a gray area, and you should just let it go.
Let it
Because
go.
if you draw that line, then it's subjective. And where's that line going to be drawn? And then you start censoring this stuff, then people are like, oh, why aren't you censoring this stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
now
and
you
then
gotta
people
censor
are
everything.
just like if you're not like sensitive like in that gray area or whatever, like then people are just like looking for something to get at you and like put you on the map
You can't.
and like blast you, you know?
Like, you can't make roasting jokes about this group, but then why can you make it about this group? Like, it's like every group is not going to want it to be them. But if everyone just comes together and be like, yo, man, we're all just going to be able to say whatever as long as we don't incite violence, I think that has to be it.
Yeah, it's tough though.
That's
It's
where the
such a
line
weird-
goes, bro.
Yeah.
It has to be.
No, yeah, I agree.
There's no other definitive line. Everywhere else is like
I agree.
gray. Even if you don't like what I say,
Just
then
don't
don't listen to
Yeah,
it.
shouldn't listen to him.
Yeah.
I think that's where it should be.
Yeah, just people need to not be soft.
Everyone's so soft. Like, what's it called? What's her name? The singer. I think Adele. She won like I don't know if it was Singer of the Year or like Woman of the Year or something. She won some award, and then she said that she was a woman, and then people were like mad that she, as a woman, called herself a woman.
What?
I don't understand. It's like, well, you're gonna get mad at people for the dumbest stuff. Like, no, you can't win. You say one thing, this group's mad at you. And then if you say this thing, then this group's mad at you. It's like, bro, come on. You got to just let people do what they want. As long as they're not hurting anybody, I feel like that's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Like what you said, the violence. As long as...
Like physical violence.
Like, bro, if you're maybe not you, but say some random person, they're like dressing weird or whatever, or doing something weird. And I'm like, why are they doing that? I might think in my mind, like, why are they doing that? But honestly, I don't really care because if they're not affecting me and they're not hurting me or in any way, then I'm like, why should I care what that person's doing?
Yeah, I wish a lot more people in this world would think like that.
Yeah, if we were on...
Even me, I wish I could think like that all the time.
I think you can
Sometimes
like, slowly
I do.
train your mind. But it's going to take a whole culture shift as, like, people.
Yeah. TikTok is a terrible place for that, I feel like. The comments on TikTok.
So judgmental.
And I feel like part of it is because you can just comment from a screen thinking no one's going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Or everyone's going to see it, but no one's going to know who you are.
No one's going to, like, see you. No one's going to do something about it in person.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this. This was jokes, though. I think this just happened. So Drake made a comment on someone's picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Drake's comment was saying, yo, I'm going to be like a supportive dad when my son's doing whatever. He's playing basketball or solving a Rubik's Cube. I'm going to be like the most supportive dad ever, no matter what he plays. And someone responded to Drake's comment and said, I bet your son's playing with the Ghost Raiders. And then Drake responded, and I don't know what this has to do with anything that we were talking about, but it's a funny story.
Yeah.
But then Drake responded to that dude's comment and says, I'm going to hit up your wife. She seems lonely and bored probably. So then Drake literally went after that guy and followed that guy's wife and then DM'd her and said, I'm here for you, ma.
No, actually?
Yeah.
Yo, and then what happened after that?
I mean, probably nothing's going to happen, but it's like that dude's just trolling on the internet. And then Drake's like,
and Drake did something about it. Oh,
yeah. Hey,
I can't rock with that.
In my eyes, I think that dude that commented on Drake's post is winning. Bro, he got in Drake's head.
Yeah, but true.
But what if Drake claps his wife's cheeks?
But what if Drake's head got in his wife?
Oh! Whoa!
No!
Oh
Sorry,
my
I had to
God.
say it. It came into my mind. I don't even feel bad.
No, but honestly, like, what if that happens? Then who's winning?
Well,
because
maybe the husband needed it because of his wife.
Maybe she needed a good
break. She was bored and lonely.
Whoa!
She needed a good job, you know?
A nice plumbing job, right?
Yo, what the heck,
That's what I was gonna say.
Speaking of that,
but just you can't. If you're gonna give it, you got to be able to take it. If you're gonna dish it, you got to be able to eat it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That guy was trolling Drake in the comments, and then Drake was just simply trolling back.
Did he get cheese? Did the guy get cheese after that? Where the story ended, kind of. Right there.
I don't know. It just happened this morning, I think. So literally just happened.
Dang, that's crazy.
But
That's
then the
actually
thing
funny.
is that his wife, the troller's wife, screenshotted Drake following her and put it on her story, and then she had the look emojis, like, you know, the ones that look like this.
No!
And I was like, no way!
Oh my God, bro.
So imagine, bro, Drake's dirty dog if that happens.
Dang, that could be enough for the culture shift because people would be like, oh, dang, people about that action now. As long as people keep giving it back. As long as there's more Drakes out there, bro.
Dude, I think maybe that's what part of it is. I think Mike Tyson said this. People are too comfortable talking on the internet and just roasting people and being disrespectful with there being no consequence.
Yeah.
And that is almost what breeds cancel culture because no one's going to do anything. So people feel like they can say anything.
But you saw Mike Tyson the other day. He put that action in real life, too.
And then people are
You saw-
soft
no, you
now in
saw
person,
that?
too.
Bro, you saw what he did?
Oh,
he was on
yeah,
the
he
he was
clapped
on the
someone on the
flight
plane.
on like first class, and this guy behind him was like talking all this smack, and apparently like Mike was just like, yo, I had enough of it, and I told him to stop so many times, and Mike just went off on him, like literally, like beat him up,
Yeah, no.
put him in his place.
Oh, yeah, physically put him in
Dang,
his place.
Mike Tyson's a dope guy though.
But the thing is, where do you draw that line? Because the Mike Tyson thing, pretty much everyone that I've seen is on Mike Tyson's side, like saying that he didn't do anything wrong, right? Right? Would you agree?
I'm on Tyson's side
You're on Tyson's side because that dude.
from what I've seen.
Yeah, I didn't see the actual video, but I think I'm on Tyson's side. And apparently that dude who was annoying him threw a bottle at him. And that's
I'm
like
definitely
that's
on
where it
Tyson's side.
started
I
when
would
he hit him.
definitely be on his side.
So
then,
that's
yeah.
like kind of where it started. But then it's like the Will Smith thing. Like, where do you draw that line?
The Will Smith thing, I think. I mean, Will just couldn't take it, but that's what Chris is supposed to be up there dishing out roast, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And it was words. I think once it comes to physical stuff, if someone physically harms you, you have every right to physically harm them back.
Yeah, that's where I draw
But
the line.
if you, like, bro, if someone says something, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to let it get to you. So that was weird. Like, it wasn't like they were on the street and Chris Rock was like, dang, your wife be losing her hair, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he was supposed to be up there making jokes, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about time and place, too.
Yeah, and the intention, I feel like, behind it.
Like, do you think Chris Rock was coming at his wife? If Chris Rock said, like, oh, I'm going to get with your wife later, like, then it's like, okay.
You think Drake was coming at that guy's wife? No
whoa,
pun intended.
whoa.
Dang, boys, this is a good episode.
This is
The good
juicy.
energy, you know?
But like all in all, like just like to top off like everything that was just said.
The top
like,
off, you think?
Ah.
All right, we're going too far. Go ahead.
But like no, just to like to top off like everything that you, like we were just like all saying, mainly just you two, because I didn't really say anything, because like I don't know, I was more so just like listening to you guys. But I think the world needs to not be as soft, bro.
Yeah, I think that's
Because
a good summary.
all this like online stuff is like I think what it's doing is like making people be like soft in person, and like because they're so used to like talking like online
and saying
that
stuff.
to where like
Yeah.
the moment you do something in person, say Mike Tyson beating up that guy's like instantly like, oh fudge, like I'm crying.
they switch
Like,
up. They switch up on
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They act hard online, and then you ask them. I think this probably happened to me before. Some kid
Yeah.
was like roasting me or something,
No,
and
no.
then I saw.
Even with the whole Stromedy thing.
yeah,
Remember when we were doing the boxing match?
Yeah.
Stromedy was talking all this crap online, like, yo, it's on site when I pull up on you and your brother. And we saw him in person, and we're like, yo, what's up? And he was like, oh, it's just jokes.
Yeah.
it's
And it's like,
exactly like
bro.
that.
So now, like, I don't know, just like just me, like in general, like I've realized this over like the past couple months because of like the situation I was going through and like all this stuff, and like even just like now that I have a job, like I'm realizing that like I need to be like more like just like stand up for myself, you know, like you gotta just like if you have something to say, like just say it.
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah, for
And
real.
if someone takes it,
Just like our little story in the at your apartment, bro.
What?
So all right, this is another little story. So the other day,
Keep it going. This is good. I think
bro,
everyone's loving it. So.
does everybody know that you have an apartment yet? No.
Yeah, everyone know. Well, they know now. No, I'm just kidding. They know. I told them in the other episode.
All right. So everyone knows that Ricky has an apartment now and Nick's looking for an apartment. So the other day, me, Evan, and Rohan were all trying to have a fun night and just go around and just have some fun. And so we're in his apartment. We're going.
Oh, yeah.
We're going down in the elevator,
Mhm.
and I guess we were being a little loud. And some guy hops in on the way down to the bottom. And I asked him, I was like, hey, like, should we go to Soho or should we go to Sparkman Wharf? And
Like joking.
I was just like joking. Like I was just being outgoing. Cause
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bro, if you know me, like I'll say whatever to anybody. Like I'll just like ask him, and like, I figured they were going to be cool. Cause you're in an elevator. That's what you do. You don't just sit there in awkward silence.
Well, that's what most people do.
Most people do that, but I'm not like most people. I'm outgoing as shit. And so then I asked the guy that, and he's like, oh, I don't give a fudge what you do. And I was like, bro, what?
Like he was all cheese.
Like I got cheese instantly because I was like,
yeah,
I was like, what? Like, bro, like, what is wrong with you? Like, who's shitting your fucking cornflakes, guy?
He was cheesed out of nowhere.
Bro, I was so cheesed.
But then it was weird because.
And then Rohan and Evan are like freaking out on me because they're like, bro, you don't say that to someone. Like,
I was like,
don't say
and
that.
I was just kind of there, and I was on Mason's side, and I was like, I don't really know what he said wrong. He just asked a question, and they were like saying, oh, not everyone wants to answer your questions, but it's like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But like, why as a community as a whole in general, we're just all like this, you know? Just
Yeah.
more like, hey.
Yeah, like if you talk to people and like you talk to them, it just builds like
Yeah.
community
It's like, I don't
instead of
know,
everyone
man.
being in their own little world, kind of.
It's so crazy. Just for anyone out there watching this podcast right now and still listening,
Well, if they heard you say that, then they are watching or listening. I'll let you know
Massive-
that. You don't have to keep saying that.
Yeah. You say that every story.
no,
For anyone,
you can-
for
I'm
anyone
just saying.
listening.
I'm
No, you're
just
good.
saying.
If there's
bro.
anyone still listening.
I'm just saying, like, just get out of your comfort zone a little bit and just talk to anyone out there, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you have something to say it. Don't sit there in a little turtle shell and just bundle up in a little ball
That's
and don't
honest-
say nothing.
That's a good
Like,
point.
get out your comfort zone, man. Do something.
Yeah.
Like, would I have ever met that mom in Boston if I didn't get out of my comfort zone and just say, hi, How are you?
Nope.
Hey, how are you?
Nope.
Yeah, but I did. And now me and my mom, we're best buds.
And she's
She's your crush in
She's
Boston
flying
now.
to Tampa. She's flying to Tampa.
She
to
actually
stay
has,
with
she has a house here.
No way. So she's a hoss.
Fudge. No wonder where. Oh, so that's where Nick was the other day. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No, that's not true.
Man, it's fudge hot in here, boys.
It is kind of hot.
It is
I'm
hot.
sweating.
Speaking of hot, I don't know where I was going with that, but I got to bring it back to Boston real quick because I forgot to mention this. But while I was in Boston, of course, I had plans to hang out with the girl from the Crush video, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
But then also, I made backup plans, backup plan B and backup plan C because I just had a feeling. You know, I just have bad luck recently. I get flagged on all the time. I kind of just came to accept it. It's part of life.
Yeah.
If I make plans with someone, I don't actually expect to hang out with them.
That's why you got to have
I'm gonna start
backup
thinking like
plan.
that too.
Yeah.
You know,
When you expect nothing, you can't be disappointed.
like you gotta expect the absolute worst.
That's what
So I gotta expect in my situation. I gotta expect that I'm never gonna talk. And I'm never gonna get back with her again.
And you're going to expect that this is your last episode you ever done, and you're not going to come
Yeah.
back. Just kidding.
Live every day like it's your last, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, it's a great way to think.
It
So
is.
I was expecting that, and then so I made backup plans, and backup plan B. It was plan A didn't work, so it's time for plan B. And I said, "Yo, let's hang out this time." And then she's like, "Okay, once I'm off of work, we can hang out." So she gets off of work, and then she texts me, and I get a text, and she says, "I can't hang out." And I was like, "Oh, why can't you hang out?" And then she sends me a picture of her car totaled. She totaled her car. She said, "I can't hang out because I totaled my car and I have a headache now, and I'm going to the hospital."
What are the chances of that?
What are the chances of that? Very low. So I was just like, wow, the universe is just telling me, take L, don't ever come.
I think
But then
MCK
you
just has bad luck in general,
Yeah.
man.
But then
Yeah, I
you
think I do.
but then you went on Google Images and looked up totaled car, and you saw that she screenshotted it and sent you an image from Google Images.
She may have, honestly. I don't know. There's no way to confirm it. It wasn't timestamped.
Let me just put it this way, man.
Did it look like this? Did it look like this?
The
Pop it up.
worst stuff happens to the best people, man.
Wow, I'm a legend. But then it was time for backup plan C because A and B, boom, failed out of the picture. Take
So,
it.
so C's got to come through, right?
So C's got to come through.
And
And
who is C?
we've actually known each other for like a little bit now, like maybe like a couple years, and like we've just never been in the same area to hang out. But then it happened to be she was going to Boston when I was going to Boston, so I was like, "Yo, let's hang out when I'm in Boston, get some sushi or something, right?"
All right.
And then she texted me the night we were supposed to hang out and says, "Yo, I can't hang out anymore because I was just in contact with COVID and I got a quarantine." I was like, "Yo, just tell me you don't want to hang out."
Oh for 3.
This is where you go back to the mom.
Yeah, the mom was there the whole time, bro.
Honestly, bro.
See, you're all the time in life. Another life lesson is you're always like, when I get this, I'll be happy. I want this and that. Option A, B, C.
Just be
But you
happy
didn't
with
even
what
know.
you got.
Option MOM was right there, boos.
She was right in front of me the whole time.
Sometimes it is like that.
Yeah, sometimes you don't realize it because you're so busy, caught up chasing this, chasing that. And sometimes if you just sit around and look around, dude, got the boys, got the #1 podcast out here, doing great on
Got
YouTube.
the moms loving you.
Bro, I want to add to that a little bit because you just gotta you can't put in these false imaginations in your head, and you just gotta be happy with the present moment. Like you can't think
Yeah.
about the future because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
You can't think about the past because it's already happened. You just gotta be happy and be happy with what you're doing right now, and just only you can think about the future, but it's like don't put any false imaginations
Yeah.
and don't
Yeah.
think about it too much because it'll
That's where all
just
the
lead
stress
you to be
comes from.
unhappy and you just have to be happy with what you're doing right now.
The stress comes from you putting false
Like
scenarios
this
of
moment
like,
in time,
Yeah.
we're having a great time. We're on a podcast, and
We are. That's true.
It's going
But
to
will
the
you
moon.
be next week? Just kidding.
we'll see. I'm just kidding.
No, but yeah, that is a great point. To add what you're saying, the stress, it does come from the future because you're just imagining what could happen, what could go wrong.
Yeah,
And it affects how you are in that, like,
that's why I'm all fudged up, man.
As funny of an example as this is, what if you're all like, yo, what am I going to be on the next podcast? Like, am I going to do good enough? I have to make sure I'm doing good enough right now. And then when you're right here, right now, you're like stressing out and you're not being yourself. But if you're just yourself, you'll be on the next one because you're a hoss and you're a good guy
Oh, I know.
and you're doing that. So,
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
and also you have to fully. I feel like you have to fully trust everything and everyone in the universe until they give you a reason not to. Like, because like if you're with a girl and you're like, oh, what if she does this to me? What if she cheats on me or does this? You're automatically gonna treat her and make it seem like she's already doing that stuff, even if she ain't doing that. And if she does that one day and cheats on you, then you're too good for her, bro.
And then boom, unfollow, unadd, block. Maybe not block.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying now. When I heard that though, that's when I started to be like, wait, a lot more happier. So if you think about that too, if you're ever like unhappy or stressed out, just think about like what you're doing like in the moment in time and just be happy with what you're doing.
And another thing is, I was listening to the other day. I don't know. I'm just going off on like little lessons. Is that okay?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is like happiness is like a feeling. I don't know how they said it, but all I was saying is like, look for peace in your life. Like look for peace.
Because happiness comes and goes.
Because happiness comes and goes. And
But when you're okay, because there's happy moments and there's sad moments. That's just life.
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Ups and
There's
downs.
gonna be bad things that happen, and there's gonna be happy things that happen. And that if you live your life like that, it'll be like this. But if if a really good thing happens, be at peace with it and be like, yo, this is happening because it is, and I'm happy, and I'm genuinely happy. And if something bad happens, try your best to be at peace with the situation at hand. Like, it's okay. I'm like, look at the positives and always be like, yo, I'm still me. I'm still good. And remind yourself that.
And better times will come.
Because peacefulness is like
Yeah.
this, steady.
Even Drake talks about that. Like, don't get too caught up in the highs because there will be a point when it starts to come lower. Don't get too caught up in the lows because there will be
Yeah.
better times as well.
Yeah.
Like, bro, dude, like, oh man, I don't know if I should say it, but like, literally, bro, I can't be getting stuck and hung on like the fact that like I got broken up with. Like, bro, like I'm literally like probably in the best spot I've ever been in my life. Like, I'm on a podcast and I'm.
And
bro,
for any of you guys that are out there listening,
never mind.
I'm just kidding. No, bro, we're joking around.
just
It's a
joking
joke.
around.
I think everyone loves the jokes, bro.
Yeah.
But
But no, literally though, man, like I'm in like the best spot I've ever been in my life. Like I'm about to finish college. Like I have great friends. They're doing a podcast. Like I'm working. Like
No, for real.
everything's going right now. So it's like
yeah.
Yeah, look
just
at
gotta
the,
keep doing it.
Yep,
Yeah.
keep doing it and look at the positives.
Same thing with you guys too.
Yeah, definitely. Because there are going to be so many highs and so many lows.
It's
And-
like almost like when you look at the views on YouTube. There's gonna be videos
Yeah.
that don't do too good, and some people get caught up in it. Like FouseyTube, whatever you want to call him. He used to always get caught up in the views and make videos like,
Yeah.
guys, oh man, I can't do this. The views are bad, and he would let it get to him too much. And then there's also times where the views are doing good, but you can't let it affect you like that.
Yeah.
Because once you let it affect you, then
Your life is dictated. Your happiness and everything is dictated on whether it does good or bad. And everyone has like their different things. Like YouTubers maybe find their happiness in the views. Maybe you find your happiness in like, I don't know. If
Going to
weird
the
as it is,
gym.
like only the relationship too.
Yeah,
You have to be happy with yourself.
Bro,
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
literally I saw something on TikTok. It was like you need to not look at your happiness as like that it's only coming from the relationship. Like you need to find happiness in other things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
you-
for a while, like that was like where a lot of the happiness is coming from. Like I was doing a lot of things because I was so happy like with her, and like that's why like whenever you break up with someone, like it always sucks for like 2 to 3 weeks, 2 months, 2 years or whatever. But then like the moment you get over it, it's like you're fine
yeah.
Yeah.
and you realize it.
But when you're in the, like your best or your most healthy, like this was by far the best girl you've been with. Like she
Definitely.
treated you the best.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're in that, it's hard not to like be like, yo, this is making me so happy, because it is making you happy.
Yeah.
And you kind of are just like, yo, why wouldn't I just find all my happiness?
Yeah,
from
and you
this
kind of take
subconsciously?
advantage of it in a way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not like bad to find happiness in it and
Yeah.
from it, but you can't let that be the thing solely making you happy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I totally can see that now from the outside. Now that I'm out of the relationship, like I wish I would have like spent more time like separated from her, so then I could find things that like really like I do find things that make me happy. Like obviously I like enjoy going to the gym and hanging out with my friends, but it's like you got to find more things, bro.
Yeah.
I think I saw something. You gotta. It said it's a relationship. It's two people they have their own life. Like they have their own life, and I think it's good that you have like your own friends too. You have your own life, and then you come together, and it and makes you guys happier, like collectively. But on your own, you guys are just two separate people, and you're both happy as individuals. And then coming together, it just makes it better. And then once it's someone like that, then it's a good relationship.
Yeah.
But it can't be someone. That's why mixing your like relationships and business, I feel like, is so hard, because then it comes together as one, and then you guys spend too much time together, and then there's no separation, and you guys rely on each other. And if something happens, then it affects your personal life, not just your business.
Yeah. Which is why I think me getting an apartment, you getting your own place is going to be so good. Even me coming, like, I just drove from my apartment this morning to come here and film the pod. And it's just like, Nick and I have spent our whole lives together, and we've worked together for the past 7 years, like, pretty consistently. And I think it's going to be a great thing for our relationship. And I think you guys can feel the energy of us coming back and just being at home with the boys, our friends, like the OG buds. And just
I think we're more focused now.
We show up because not everything is like cohesion now. Like I got to go back home and have my separate time.
Like even when we were talking, like all the other people that we talked to on the road, who we met, Futuristic, Big Dawes, they all have separation because you can't just jumble it all in one. But speaking about that, this has nothing to do with that. But I just saw a news article that Bad Baby made $52 million on OnlyFans. $52 million on OnlyFans.
That's $1 million a week.
That's $1 million a week for an entire year. She just bought like a $6 million house in Miami, cash.
Wow.
Cash.
That's so nuts, bro. Like I couldn't imagine like having that kind of money.
Imagine Elon. He's got what, like 100 times that? Literally.
It's so crazy, bro.
But what's your thoughts on OnlyFans? I gotta know.
My thoughts?
Yeah.
You want to know mine first or Ricky's?
You want to know all the thoughts that are on OnlyFans?
Oh no.
I
That's not what
think
said.
I think it's a great. It's like, I don't know. If you're not posting like naked stuff on there and you're just posting like bikini stuff or like some sort of like similar like fitness kind of content,
like similar to your Instagram,
like almost like TikTok.
like because
in a way.
girls be posting bikini stuff and risque stuff, just showing pretty much
On Instagram.
damn near naked. The bikini is like a
Yeah.
string around their waist, and then like
Yeah,
underneath.
literally. Like if you just post that on there, then I think it's fine. But like I don't know, man.
I have a very specific thought on it, and I've been up and down.
yo,
about-
you're subscribed to a specific thought on OnlyFans.
No, not at all.
Okay.
But I've been thinking about this topic and how it impacts society for a long time, and I think for a long time I was like so like this, so upset at a lot of stuff and so happy about a lot of stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, yo, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but I think for the girls out there, get that baggie.
Yeah.
Like, if you can make the baggie, get the $52 million a year baggie.
Yeah.
But I think that as a whole, if I'm going to be honest, I think it's messing up the people that are following and, like, subscribing to
Like
it.
you're saying it's
The culture.
you're saying you don't really have a problem with the girls like doing it or whatever.
They're getting their bag. They're doing
they're
their
getting
thing.
they're getting a bag. It's like
Bruh.
easy money.
Imagine you had to do this. 52 mil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
imagine,
sure it's
bro.
not that easy.
Yeah,
but
if it's like
still-
I agree
Not
with
that
it.
easy, but I'm saying, like,
it's relatively easy. Like
If you're not fully naked, yeah.
but honestly, it just depends on all your, like, thoughts and where you draw the line of, like, do I feel comfortable showing this and all that, and, like, what are your morals? But I think as a whole, I think dude, what are guys that are subscribing and going on OnlyFans, what are they doing? They're infatuated with a person that they don't know and they don't see, and they just see it online. And I think it's mentally messing someone up. And I could go in on a conversation about a struggle that I've had for a long time in the past that I've, like, fixed, but I don't know if we want to get that deep on this. And I feel completely comfortable talking about it too.
maybe next episode.
Next episode, like, I think it would be really
we
good.
definitely got to get into
But
it.
I think mentally, like, just imagine, like, I haven't subscribed. I'm not, like, following any OnlyFans or, like, doing any of that. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm saying, like, no, I'm not. I would tell you. But I'm saying, like, imagine all the people on there. Like, why are you going on there?
You know why I'm going on there?
Why?
I'm just trying to support my fellow influencers.
Well, if that's the reason, then that's great.
I
but
gotta
how-
support micro influencers, bro. They're a dying breed. Okay.
But like, let's be real. How
I'm playing. I'm
you know
not.
what I'm saying? Why are you going on there?
I'm not
I
subscribed.
would
to anyone.
never like buy any of it, man.
But I'm not saying you. I'm not saying any of us. I don't think any of us.
They have Pornhub for free.
No, that's for real. That's crazy.
But-
It's like, but I think why people pay for it is because on OnlyFans. Not that I have an account or whatever. I don't. I've never been subscribed, but like.
But you've talked to people who
I've talked to
run
people
it.
who have it, yeah, or like talk to people that have an OnlyFans or run it, or both actually. And it's like people. A lot of the money comes from messaging. Like there's a message feature where the person whose account it is and then the subscriber, they can like talk and interact, almost like an Instagram DM. And the people who are subscribed to them, they feel like a connection. Like, oh my, this hot girl is talking to me. She would have never talked to me if I didn't have her OnlyFans.
They feel like they have that personal connection.
Yeah, bro. And it's like
but
a crazy thing.
If a spoiler alert for anyone out there that has it, is the person messaging you is like a dude in an office.
Yeah.
Like
literally.
for 99.9% of them, you think Karina Koff is really DMing you back? And all those other millions guys? Nah, dude. There's someone in an office that runs your OnlyFans is saying, hey, baby, like, come on, bro.
Yep.
Like, that's how it goes. Just spoiler alert for anyone out there.
It's almost like the same thing as what's that thing for like influencers, like Cameo or whatever. In a way, right?
Yeah, that's so different.
Nah, I think it's different.
Because Nick and I have a Cameo.
Yeah, we have a Cameo. I don't think it's like that at all.
But it's like the people that are buying the Cameos are getting like the same high from it.
Wait, when you're on Cameo, you're actually like taking a video of yourself and like saying something to them.
Yeah, OnlyFans is like it's not them talking to them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like.
Like it's if I paid $100 for Karina Koff to be like, hey baby,
Hey Nick, hey NCK, I heard you're a 1-0 boxer, and I love your new song with the homies out now on Spotify. Like that would be worth it, you know?
Yeah, that would be different than because if you think about it, it's like an old guy saying that, or like over text though.
Yeah,
like some old guy just in there.
it's so different, bro.
Yeah.
But
She's literally not doing like. I guarantee you, she ain't responding to almost any of those. She has a manager.
So nuts.
because
There's hundreds of thousands of DMs she gets every day, probably.
hundreds and thousands of people. She does not have. There's probably multiple people whose full-time job is to go on there, rate some dick pics, exchange a couple pictures, and then talk to them late at night when they're get a little.
I feel like that just mentally messes you up as a man, bro. I feel like it prepares you to not be a man because then you're getting all your satisfaction from like that. So when you're out in the real world, you're getting all that stimulation like at night from like a random dude, technically, for being honest.
Yep.
But then when you go out in the real world, like it's just like you don't know how to talk. Like I feel like it doesn't help people.
It's for like the antisocial people, I feel like.
It's crazy though, because like I didn't realize how many people like wanted to would subscribe to something like that, but come to find out, Bad Baby's making $52 million because there's so many people like that.
Oh, there's so many, bro.
Like I almost want to meet them, interview like someone who's subscribed.
Isn't that crazy that there's so many of them out there? But I have never met anyone who has openly admitted and said, I purchased like this person's OnlyFans or I'm subscribed to this. And I've never met anyone who's ever like said, yo, I subscribe to OnlyFans.
Yeah, I would never tell you that.
Well, besides you support them for.
I support micro-influencers.
But you don't actually look at the content.
Well, I gotta support.
But have any of you ever met a person that has ever said, yeah, I'm subscribed to Bad Baby, like actually? Or like,
No.
Like I've never, and it's crazy because there has to be millions of dudes in America, bro.
Yeah.
There has to be.
I don't know. I've never bought an OnlyFans.
I know you haven't, but bro, look how much money she made and how many other ones are making millions. You have definitely met and shaken hands with a lot of people that are subscribed.
I'm gonna go wash my hands now.
Also, this is off topic, but it's a little mature, so if you're young, close your ears for the next 10 seconds. Every hand you've ever shaken has probably had a little
Ozair
in it.
And if you don't know what Ozair means, use some context clues.
Even girls and guys. I don't know why we're going here, but hey, we're here. Isn't it crazy?
It is though.
It's crazy to think about.
It is
like,
crazy to think
all
about.
All right, everyone that's younger, you can open your ears back now.
Oh.
No, that's a wild thought.
Yeah.
It's very true.
It's crazy.
But that's what soap's for.
Yeah, but I think that has been a great episode, boys. It is what it is, and let us know what you guys think about Mason Lamb. Concert tickets to the Trampoline Park show in the description. We're also out on Spotify. Love you guys.
Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching this far and you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. We love you guys. Do a nice. Yeah.